Prostitution in ancient Greece. Greece civilization of the 4th and 5th centuries. About children. Babies born in ancient Greece had a hard time surviving and were often abandoned, more women than men. They also received the name around the 7 or 10 days of their life for religious reason. Children spent most of their time with their mothers, while girls were educated to do chores around the house, boys went to school. Women's right. They didn't have many rights. They were under control of their father, son, husband, or any male relative for their entire life. Women without wealth did not work, but it was the wife who supervised the slave, cooked, and the household activities. They also had specific room where men couldn't enter. Here we can see women in the rooms with their children, teaching them to do chores. In between the 4th and 5th centuries, prostitution was very common, mainly because it was an easy job that required no specific skills and made a lot of money. You basically only had to be pretty, and not even that much. Also, boys got married around 30, so if they wanted any kind of affection, they had to demand a prostitute. It was also an easy job for young but also old women and young boys. Here's a vase showing men with their prostitute, the flute girls. Porne and Hetaira. There were two main kinds of prostitute, but of course they also had streetwalkers who weren't paid much and offered their skills in the crowded street of Athens. Brothel. A brothel was mostly where prostitutes worked, mainly porne. It wasn't illegal, but it was only tolerated. Women will use their skills to make extra tip. They also received money from the owner of brothel. Customers, men, had to pay different price depending what kind of services they wanted. Porne. Porne are slaves from barbarian origin. They were in fact considered like slaves until proven otherwise. Most of them worked in a brothel. Some were streetwalkers. Those even made publicity by wearing shoes which "Follow Me" was written on it. The price for the services was 1 to 4 drachma, but for a virgin it could go up to 100 drachma. They were also called flute girls. Those one played an instrument, flute, harp, or lyre, and entertained their clients. Hetaira. In many points, Hetaira were independent businesswomen. They chose their customers and often their prices. They didn't work for a brothel, unlike the porne, but for themselves, and some only had 1 to 3 customers in their lifetime. While others pleased their customers for an evening, they didn't always do sexual favors. They more were there to entertain their customers. They were sometimes like a mistress. We don't know much about their social condition, except that they were employed in brothel. They were the only women who handled money by themselves. Because the older they got, the fewer customers they got it, so they had to start young and make the most money out of it for when they would get older. They also had to avoid pregnancy. Because the Greek contraceptive technique didn't really exist, they sometimes had recourse to abortion. In conclusion, prostitution was an important factor of the ancient Greece. It was the start of independent women, the Hetaira, and it was an important part of economy. Not many names of prostitutes are still known, but they sure were important to our history.